Feels like I've got a revolving door of co-commentators this afternoon, Steve. Yes, because we've checked out Tim Harvey and brought Phil Glue to proceedings for the first time today. Welcome, Phil. You've watched most of the races here this season, so you're going to be educating me a little bit about the ROKiT F4 British Championship.
Yeah, I hope so. I've been trying to keep an eye on it today and yesterday, but I'm looking forward to this race. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty exciting. I've heard some good things so far, but let's see what Ugo can do from the front row of the grid, alongside Alex Dunne, so the two championship contenders.
Yeah, Ugo's had a great season so far. He comes here in 4th in the championship with just 1 win, but he's had 3 second places and a couple of thirds as well. So good hatful of podiums, but the championship is led by Irishman Alex Dunne, the high-tech GP prepared racer. 7 wins so far from the 15 races they've had.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's doing a dual program, I think, with another F4 category as well in Italy, and doing a great job out there. But yeah, the UK one is absolutely smashing.
And of course the UK being brought into line now with the Italian F4 as well, which has helped. Ugochukwu though for Carlin on pole position alongside the championship leader Alex Dunne. Then it's Oliver Gray and Joseph Lote for Carlin and JHR Developments respectively. Louis Sharp for Carlin alongside Eduardo Cosateng. The 4th row is Aidan Neat, and he's got Adam Fitzgerald for company on row 4. Georgi Dimitrov also for JHR alongside Oliver Stewart. Then it's Daniel Ginchard and Michael Shin, ahead of Noah Leal, Edward Pearson and Daniel Mavliotov for High-Tech. A similar team to Alex Dunne, so they've got some good facts and figures in the awning there, but Daniel with a bit of hard work to do from 15th position. It's Knockhill, it's ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA, and round 18 of the championship is about to get underway. A good getaway for Ugo, but not for Alex Dunne, the championship leader. Yellow flags waved up and down the grid, and thankfully we didn't have a nasty shunt like we did in the Porsches this morning, but Alex Dunne, the championship leader, already made the challenge way bigger.
Yeah, Ugo's got away well there, but Dunne has had a few races now where he struggled to get off the line. There was a few early on in the season where it was a clutch issue or some other type of issue, but there's a further back, there's a shunt there. I don't know whether that's Lyle. Yes, it's Lyle. So he's lost some of his front wing and nose cone. I'm not sure who that was with. You can see Fitzgerald has got a new livery as well this weekend, so he's looking good. But look at Ugo, he's got away nicely. He's locked up though, straight on, but he's got it recovered, turned in. He's used the hill to slow the car down.
I fear that the car involved with Noah Lyle could well have been Alex Dunne again.
I think it was.
Just checking them through now. We'll get confirmation of that at the end of the first racing lap. But Ugochukwu is taking a bit of time just to get tyre temperature, as they all are, frankly. And it's now 2 abreast at Duffer's Dip. Something's got to give here. On the inside line comes Sharp and gets the place. And that was Cosateng, Eduardo Cosateng, trying to get 4th place away, but didn't quite work. Joseph Lote then squeezes through into 3rd position. There was. That was Shin, wasn't it? And
yeah,
also involved with him Ginchard behind. So Daniel Ginchard going for the overtake, but they clashed.
Yeah, they certainly did. It was a lunge going into the hairpin. But yeah, it wasn't too much contact. Just hindered them both very slightly. As you can see again now, yeah, Ginchard and that's Pearson now. So Ginchard and Pearson with Fitzgerald behind, all as they're coming through turn 3, but it's all starting to spread out a little bit now. So yeah, it's all spread out nicely. Carlin doing a great job here this weekend. They had a bit of a disastrous season last year, but they've come back so strong with some great drivers, with Sharp joining them a little bit later than the other two, but he's proving how good he is by getting a win at Alton Park.
1.5 seconds the advantage at the end of the previous lap. That was Ugochukwu's best lap of the race as well, so in fact the best of anybody, a 48.4. So he has weathered the storm regarding the pressure from Oliver Gray, and now starting to focus on that road in front, getting good lap times in. All over the road again was the car of Shin, Michael Shin in 8th position, ahead of Georgi Dimitrov 9th, and then Daniel Ginchard in 10th. Meanwhile, nose to tail, side by side now. This is Aidan Neat trying to get around the outside of Eduardo Cosateng as they head for the chicane.
Yeah, you can see how close he was getting by then. They were side by side going into turn 1, but it looks like any time now Neat is going to make a move whether it's going to be Clark or the hairpin. The hairpin is the favourite overtake around this circuit, so it's all about trying to get a good run out of the chicane, a good run out of Clark, and then try and outbrake him. He doesn't look like he's close enough, but maybe he'll make a last-minute decision to try and outbrake him. Looks like he's making a move. Yes, he is. Locks up down the inside, gets it stopped. Just about stays on the track with the two of them. Great move from Neat.
And this is all playing really nicely into the hands of Oliver Stewart as well, who's a bit further back, but as these two clash, or at least slow one another up, it's bringing the rookie runner, who has the yellow backing of his race number, into the offering as well. But yes, long, long way back. The door was wide open.
He thought about it, and then he decided not to. Then he went for it again, and he had a little bit of a slide as he was on the brakes. A nice karting move, that. So he's learned that from these karting days, which is where all these guys come from.
Nathan Neat and Eduardo Cosseteng finding a bit of time here and there. They've just gone green. Alex Dunne with a 48.3. Yeah, not a million miles away from our race leader. We've been denied a scrap between two of the quickest boys here this weekend.
Yeah. Sure, there was also a little bit of friction in race 2 where I think Alex Dunne got a formal reprimand for squeezing Ugo as they went off the start. So yeah, they don't like squeezing. They like you to leave enough space for the car to get through. But yeah, it was. I think we were heading for another good race between those two. It's just a shame that Dunne just didn't quite get off the line.
Over the rise goes the scrap for 8th, 9th and 10th again. And still, Georgi Dimitrov and likewise Michael Shin just cannot break this attention from Ginchard behind. Similar pace from all three cars pretty much all weekend.
Yeah, it certainly is. Here we are back with Ugo here. There's a couple of minutes left. Let's see how he gets up the corner. He's definitely pulled away a little bit from Gray, hasn't he? But like you said earlier, it's interesting watching him through turn 1. If we can stay on with him through turn 1, he's got white gloves, so you can really see how much the wheel is moving as he hits the curb. He goes over the curb, you see him bouncing around as he lands. But the white gloves is what gives it away a little bit more than anyone else.
So he's either a magician or a snooker referee.
Yeah, exactly.
As a part-time job. And Ginchard's had a trip through the gravel coming out of the...
Big bump there.
Huge, wasn't it? There was a risk of the car almost going up to 45 degrees. I've seen that in the past in single-seaters. Not a nice moment. And again, it's the landing that's the more of the concern.
Yeah, I think it was Ugo who had one in testing earlier on in the week. He actually had a similar incident where it landed back on the nose and it broke the nose cone and filled it with mud. So it's just a little bit too bumpy for my liking, especially for a single-seater.
Yeah, so you're off under the gravel and then you find the track surface again, and it is the join between the two that can vault cars up into the air. A minute and a quarter still to go. Still Michael Shin having to shake the attentions of Georgi Dimitrov, but he has controlled this pretty well. It is only for 8th place, so it's sort of scant reward really. But these cars have not got the speed of Ugochukwu. In fact, very few have. It's been inching his way further and further into the lead, and over 2 seconds is the margin. But what happened a moment or two ago into the hairpin?
Little lock-up. He had one of them earlier on. There's another one there, but you can just see as you start to turn in, it starts to bring the weight off that front right. Locks up. Didn't do it that time, but yeah, 38 seconds to go. He is going to do another lap by the looks of it.
Yeah, and get to the line before that clock runs out. They're doing 48s, 49s, generally speaking. So Ugochukwu will have to wait a little more to get a first victory of this weekend. He didn't come anywhere close to the podium in the earlier races, so this is a big jump forward. And, the grid actually lined up on second fastest time, so shows how good he was in qualifying yesterday to get a pole position from the second fastest. It's all condensed again, 8th, 9th and 10th totally together into Duffer's Dip.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if there's going to be a move on the last lap. I'm sure they all know that it's the last lap. As you can see, Shin just get nice rotation, but we're back on with Ugo. He actually got a double pole yesterday. Didn't get it off the line yesterday, or sorry, earlier on today. This time he did. Now he's gone and got the win.
Here he comes up the hill to mass celebration, I am sure, for his team, Carlin, the American driver, taking victory. There is the applause from his team management, from his engineers as well. And Ugochukwu taking victory. It's a fastest lap as well after the 25 round figure laps. Ollie Gray finishing in second. Joseph Loke managed to fend off the attentions of Louis Sharp for 3rd position. And Aidan Neat will finish 5th.
Superb bit of racing there from all of them. Obviously not a great deal of overtaking, but some close racing, but as you can see, all coming through. Real shame for Dunne.
I think that's the big story actually from this race, isn't it? The fact that Alex Dunne, who started on the front row and needed to stay ahead in the championship of people like Ollie Gray and Aidan Neate, he had a quick race car, but he's finished 14th.
Yeah, exactly, with Ugochukwu and Gray obviously getting some great points there, finishing first and second for the boys in blue at Carlin.
So here's the official, or rather provisional result. We'll get the official one a little later on for the two Carlin runners, for Ugochukwu and Oliver Gray. Joseph Loke for JHR Developments completing the podium ahead of Louis Sharp and Aidan Neate. Eduardo Cosseteng in 6th ahead of Oliver Stewart and Michael Shin. And these three were all together, 8th, 9th and 10th, Georgi Dimitrov and Daniel Ginchard. 11th position for Edward Pearson ahead of Adam Fitzgerald, Daniel Mavliotov and Alex Dunne, championship leader, but has lost a considerable amount of points to, as mentioned, people like Ollie Gray and Aidan Neate. Noah Lyle, who he clashed with after the stall, finishes in 15th.